Let us begin our guided meditation by putting ourselves, as we understand ourselves, seated in the presence of the infinite invisible. We can not really conceive of an infinite invisible. And so we have to employ our experience and our imagination and imagine around us an endless space devoid of objects. There is no limit to this space, but contained within it is the human body that we have temporarily identified as ourselves. It is invisible, it is infinite, and yet we are able to feel its presence. We have evidence of its existence. And here in the ashram, the whole room is flooded with sunlight. The sun, the illuminating factor for our solar world, has rays that penetrate everywhere. It reminds us of this infinite invisible. The rays of the sun are the evidence that the sun itself exists. But that which lights the sun and lights all things, that is the infinite invisible. This world is a mixture of the absolute and the relative. If we look carefully, we will find this infinite invisible. We will feel its presence. So put yourself in this holy place. Before you, you find the sacred shrine dedicated to Ramakrishna, Holy Mother Sharda Devi, and Swami Vivekananda. Added to this is the incarnation Buddha and Jesus. Temples and churches are places where people come to be inspired, to sit and feel the divine presence of the infinite invisible. So let us tune ourselves bodily, mentally, in every respect, to this infinite invisible. Now, this infinite invisible is more than that. We understand the subject of love in our relationships with other people and places and objects. Some people have a love for animals. Some have a love for relatives, close friends. Some have a love for a country and a place. But this infinite invisible is pure love, seeking no reward, seeking no profit. There are no hidden agendas to it. And we can feel this infinite love flowing within us. We find it in the very heart. We find it as the heartbeat. We find it as the invisible manufacturing process that is within the human body. So having understood properly that we are sitting in the presence of the infinite invisible, let us now begin our journey, our inward journey, that we call our meditation. In order to help direct our minds on our inward journey, we can repeat the sound symbol Om that represents the mind that flows. The thought that flows within the mind is a creative thought. Let us visualize 1,000 voices whose vocal cords reverberate with this sacred sound. Let us meditate on its meaning. Let us meditate on its projecting power that makes everything vibrate. The whole universe is a set of oscillations and vibrations emanating from one cosmic mind. Therefore, because it is all, it signifies all ranges of sounds and vibrations. It signifies that set of vibrations that we call our waking world. When we open our eyes in the morning, when we close them in the evening, the range in between is called the waking world. And after nightfall, we enter into a deep slumber. We enter into the presence of the infinite invisible. And in between this waking world and this sleep is the world of variations called dreams, of many types of events and people and places. And in the cosmos, the same drama is being played. The potentiality with the whole cosmic person is in deep sleep and wakes up, setting off all the oscillations and variations that magnify and condense to make this world of ours the waking state. Let us set up a meditation whereby we make a transition between this waking state And we transcend all these states of consciousness and sit in the position of a witness. And all of this waking world that we experience, the complexity of life, and the furthest corners of existence are blessed with waves and oscillations from the infinite invisible. Even in the realm of thought, we find that this dance, these oscillations and variations of the infinite invisible, let us experience these from a witness point of view, watching them in their oscillations, seeing how they rise, how they play their game, and how they fall. Let us take a scenic attitude, seeing these as events and objects, something like a movie that plays out before our eyes. Let us be patient. And as we are watching the symphony of events in our mind's eye, we are feeling the deep, blissful contentment of the one that is enjoying. Let us withdraw our minds. Let us dive deep within ourselves. The great seers, the sages, the saints, they speak of the heart as an extremely suitable place for our attention to settle. We can visualize the heart and identify it with the physical organ, the heart. We can see and even feel how it pulsates. Now let us imagine that this physical heart is shaped like a lotus bud. And let us imagine that it is opening up gradually for us. And that inside there is a subtle, luminous space. Let us feel that this luminous space is the abode of the infinite invisible. And understanding this, the image of the physical heart gives way. We understand that this subtle inner realm, this luminous space, is the determinative faculty of the mind, the most refined part of the mind. It is in this part of the mind, deep inside in the core and center of our being, in which we can see, in the best possible way, the reflection of this infinite invisible. in the cave of the intellect. This intellect is, as it were, the absolute molded into a form. Within, we can see and feel the infinite invisible as a divine light, brilliant and shining, pure being, sweet, sacred, and absolute. We have fashioned, as it were, in the mold of our mind, a mental image of the infinite invisible. And as we sink down deeply into this light, we can transcend both the heart and the mind, and we can realize the actuality of this infinite invisible as the all-pervading consciousness. And the image in the heart, the reflection in the intellect, let these become one with the universal consciousness. Deep calling unto the deep. This is the direct and immediate realization of the absolute infinite invisible, with no instruments of sense organs or mind. And from this infinite invisible arises the sound symbol that we had chanted earlier of Om. And in our inward breath, we can feel, I am that pure consciousness. Of the nature of wisdom and purity and eternity. I am beyond time and space and causation. I am one with the infinite. And all sounds are gone because we feel the silence. And we feel oneness of being with consciousness, which is the witness of any other form that arises, such as desire, determination, doubt, belief, non-belief, fear or fearlessness. The one who knows this inner infinite invisible becomes this infinite invisible. And this knowledge is accompanied by an opening of the inner eye of realization. And in here, the illusion of name and form is destroyed. And all false fear and false expectations that plague the mind, this inner being is untouched by these. For we have experienced the seen, the seer, and the act of seeing all merge in the indescribable experience of the infinite invisible. All consciousness of time and space is gone. All the fetters of causality are broken forever. And we experience in the inner realm peace, knowledge, and reality. We realize within ourselves the infinite and indescribable supreme of the nature of eternal knowledge and absolute bliss, without any comparison in the world of our relative experience. Transcending all limitations, we are ever free, we are actionless, we are limitless like the sky, indivisible and absolute. In the heart, the infinite invisible, devoid of ideas of cause and effect, is the reality untouched by any imagination. It is unmixed. It's beyond the range of evidence and proofs. And in this heart, the infinite invisible is undecaying and immortal. It is the substance of all being. It is serene and waveless. It is without any name. It has neither merits nor demerits. Eternal, serene, and one. In this, the mind and its activities is gone. In this state, we can easily question, where is the universe gone? By whom is it removed? Into what is it merged? It was seen by us at the beginning, but now it's no longer existing. Let us assert, I see everywhere the ocean of reality, filled with the nectar of absolute bliss. Nothing to shun, nothing to accept, nothing to despise. We see nothing, we hear nothing, we know nothing. We simply exist as the self, the eternal bliss. Assert now, blessed am I, for I have engaged and been attuned to the God of my life, which is free from the clutches of continuing life. I am unattached, I am free. I am free from the body. I am free from the mind. I am undecaying, immaculate, and eternal. And I am neither the doer nor the enjoyer, and I am the changeless, beyond all activity. I am the essence of pure knowledge. I am indeed the infinite invisible, one without a second, one without a peer. I am the reality that has no beginning, beyond the illusion of you or I or this or that. I am the essence of eternal bliss and truth. I alone reside in all beings as knowledge and reality. I am their support. I am the enjoyer, and all that is enjoyable, and all that is enjoyable. And in me, the ocean of infinite bliss, the waves of the universe arise and merge by the playing of the wind of Maya. Like the sky, I'm beyond contamination. And like the sun, I'm distinct from things illumined. Like a mountain, I am motionless. Like the ocean, I am limitless. I have no connection with the body, as the sky has none with clouds. I am unaffected by waking, dream, and deep sleep. I, pure consciousness, am ever free. I am truly the infinite invisible, one without a second. I am absolute and infinite knowledge. And from the inner depths of pure being that radiates outward, let us feel this radiation throughout the whole mind and the whole body. Let us feel it radiating, dissolving the borders of the body, dissolving all bodies and all borders, radiating truth and goodness, purity and love everywhere, so that everything dissolves in this one infinite invisible. Blessed is that one that has touched the feet, as it were, of this infinite invisible, for thou art that.